today's show, Patricia Palmer, mum to loudmouth EastEnder Patsy, and James Church, dad to Welsh Walker Charlotte, are passing on their old school know-how to two young men whose spending is going to the dogs.
They're like our little children, so the dogs have got more clothes than us at the moment.
And that's not their only biting history.
The amount of money we must have spent on takeaways could eat like kings at home.
With just 48 hours, will the strictly old school ways help the Aarons get a leash on their extravagant behaviour? Real-life EastEnder Patricia is best known as mum to Albert Square actress Patsy Bianca Palmer. But as a hard-working single mum of three, Pat had to rely on her seamstressing skills to save money.
I used to make curtains, I've made the children's clothes. They went to school in clothes on every day.
Pat has developed a passion for both sewing and creative design.
But if you make something for yourself, you'll make it be that little bit different and no one else will have it.
Her keen eye for individuality is a trait shared by daughter Patsy, even if she doesn't always get it right. James is father to Voice of the Valley's Charlotte Church, one of the most successful female classical crossover artists in history. He's been a major influence in Charlotte's life since she was just 6, and as the main cook in the church household, has provided the key ingredient for Charlotte's once famous church book. Handyman James also runs 2 successful B&Bs in Cardiff, where he's responsible for cooking breakfast and dinner for up to 44 people at a time. His hands-on approach stretches to all the general maintenance for both guest houses, ensuring he's always busy.
I say thousands of pounds a year. I mean, on this property, most probably £20,000 a year by doing the things myself. Charlotte's always seemed to be watching me, never seemed to be helping me. She's a young girl at the time and she was doing music and that sort of thing, so she was working hard to leave us, to be honest.
And that hard work has seen the singer and mother of 2 sell over 10 million albums and amass an estimated fortune of £20 million. Time for our celebrity parent duo to head off to Croydon, London, to help our 2 young pups.
Hello, I'm Aaron. And I'm Aaron, and welcome to our home.
Meet 22-year-old department store employee Aaron Tierney and partner 21-year-old air steward Aaron Reacherless. They live in a 1-bedroom flat in Croydon, and their lack of life skills and overspending is driving them headlong into trouble.
I went out to buy a light bulb, and Aaron saw Tallulah. He fell in love with her, and he was like, I need it. And I was like, but we only came out to buy a light bulb. We can't have the dog. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I was persuaded to buy him the dog.
But Tallulah was just the start.
Went to a pet shop and then saw Dexter. And brought him as well. And then Malachi, and he's just like really gorgeous, so yeah, we had to play him.
Their pet-loving extravagance doesn't end there. The boys are into canine couture and insist their prized pets are always dressed to impress, but it's beginning to strain their finances.
They're really expensive. Like a hoodie for a dog is like £25.
Meaning the Aarons have already spent an amazing £400 on canine clothing.
We both go into our overdrafts a little bit more each month.
And because they can't cook, the guys are forking out even more money on convenience food and takeaways.
I like cooking, but like, you know, when you want to add herbs and things like that, I haven't got a clue what to buy. The amount of money we must have spent on takeaways could eat like kings at home.
Their lack of basic skills are not simply confined to the kitchen. The Aarons would love to build a doghouse in the garden, but with absolutely no handyman know-how, they'd be heading for a DIY disaster.
My dad's the builder, but I never really worked with him.
I could put up a picture, but I mean, not very straight.
So if the Aarons don't learn a few simple life skills and curb their spending, then that overdraft could soon turn into debt. With a lifetime of thrifty know-how and practical magic at their fingertips, sewing supremo Patricia and handyman hero James are hoping to get their teeth stuck into the Aarons' issues.
So what's your priority then, boys?
Well, we've got the dogs, which really is a big part of our life, and we spend a lot of money on kind of like for dogs' clothes and things like that. It'd be nice to do something ourselves, and also our cooking, our
our diet's awful. We just eat all pre-prepared foods and spend loads of money on takeaways.
Okay.
So it'd be quite nice to like learn how to cook our own food from scratch.
I can help.
There's a man for you, cooking.
I can help out with. And with the dogs looking around the garden now, we could do something in the garden for the dogs.
Yeah, that'd be great.
With only 48 hours to turn the errands around, the old school mentors must decide on a plan of action.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to show them how to make a basic coat for the dog,
Right.
and it'll save them a fortune.
I could do the cooking. I was saying something as well, because they mentioned how many takeaways they have.
Okay then, we'll try that.
Okay.
First up, Patricia's going to deal with the spiraling costs of the canine couture. For Pat's post-war generation, economising with a needle and thread has always come naturally, and she always made sure her daughter Patsy was dressed in the latest fashions.
Remember, I did something really ambitious once. I made Patsy a pair of leather trousers with all studs down the side, and she loved them because they were different. Let's try this on Zerlo. It's a rough guide.
Patricia has cut out a pattern she's downloaded from the internet and first checks her measurements. For just £4, she's bought a couple of metres of fabric, and by using the pattern as a template, is able to mark out the material needed.
Just a guide.
And even though he's yet to actually set a stitch, Patricia's inspiration has handed Aaron his future dreams.
Looking around as well, not many places that sell dogs' clothes. My ideal job, in the future, I want to set up my own business of making dogs' clothes, like a website, and also tie it into a dog rescue centre, so you can wear the same hoodie as your dog, and all proceeds go to charity. I haven't had time yet to do it, but I know once I start, I'd love it.
Great idea, Aaron, but let's not get too carried away. Perhaps one coat at a time? In the kitchen, James Church is looking to serve up a solution to the wasteful spending on meals caused by the two Aarons' lack of culinary competence.
We buy a lot of jars of things. I'd quite like to learn how to do that from scratch.
With his background in B&B catering, James is an ideal teacher. He's also the man responsible for Charlotte's healthy appetite.
The one skill I thought she needed to learn, and she has, was the cooking side. She's turned out to be a fantastic cook. Because when she was younger, she wouldn't touch anything in the kitchen.
Recent research shows that the average family forks out over £1,200 a year on takeaways, eating out and convenience food. And that amount has risen by an amazing 22% in the last 5 years, all just to stay out of the kitchen. So James has decided his homemade honey and mustard marinade for chicken is going to be the perfect starter for Aaron to get cooking and to cut their costs.
Very easy. 2 large dollops, 2 big dollops of mustard.
Right.
So the next thing we need is some lemon zest. So I reckon that's enough. And then we want the lemon inside. So one thing, nice thing to do, if you squash it and roll it, it softens it up inside. So when we cut it open, the juices hopefully will come up better. But if you squeeze with your hand, it'll run through your fingers, and hopefully we'll save the pips going in there.
That's a lot easier.
So you just give that a good mix, the honey in there,
Yeah.
and that will make a nice glaze for the chicken. Like I say,
simple, isn't it?
it's straightforward.
A good marinade will really add value to even the simplest of meals. Ensure the marinade covers as much food as possible by submerging in a shallow dish or turning every half hour. Acids like lemon juice, wine or vinegar tenderise and penetrate, giving a more flavourful end product.
So what we need to do now, we need to add 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
And if you can put that in the fridge, maybe.
Sure.
And there should be another one I done a couple of hours ago. And we can put that straight in the oven.
Right, oven at 200 degrees. See you in 20 to 25 minutes then. Back at the sewing circle, Aaron's inexpensive doggy jacket is coming along well under Pat's watchful eye.